Welcome back. It's Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time for us to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the dailies this morning. Mike Mesikeno is here with me on this one. And today's date is Tuesday, July 30th, 2024. I have the New Telegraph with me right now. It says, IGP orders police protection for protesters as Senate calls for emergency session tomorrow. Pages 2, 3, 4, 8, 26, and 30 discuss this particular matter. It also says here, H124, Customs surpasses revenue target, generates 2.74 trillion naira. It says here, federal government orders NNPC Limited to sell crude oil to Dangote, others in naira. Story starts there on the cover and wraps up on page 3. It also says here, Tinubu signs new minimum wage bill into law. FEC approves 1.44 trillion naira for road contracts. OK's pact with Spain on fugitives repatriation. Federal government pushes for 80% digitization of government operations by 2025. Any story pop out there for you? Mike? Okay, you want to take the next one? We have the Punch, I believe.
Okay, so a hardship protest, that's the major one that you have here. Security agencies begin massive soldiers and police deployment. The NPF, that's talking about the police force, places operatives on red alert. NTOS fortifies custodial centers. NSCDC deploys 30,000 personnel. And just beside the flag of the paper, the president orders Naira crude sale, and marketers project price crash. I don't know why it should be an order. I mean, okay, yes, that a lot about the oil situation in this country can be confusing if you want to think about it. But then they talk about selling in Naira, and you know, we brought up that thing at different times. I see houses and people talking about stuff, and they openly, they are pricing. Things are priced in dollars. Even in this country, even inside here, how do you expect the Naira to rise when you are paying bills inside this country in dollars? That means that in Nigeria, you have to go and source for Forex to pay a bill inside your own country. How does that work, man?
It doesn't.
How does that even work?
So projecting a price crash could be one of the reasons why there are extensive fuel queues. Because there are filling stations or operators that have bought at a particular price and are trying to sell off.
It's the same thing we always say, but it's not always as plain as that. That is easy enough to be said. Even in some places, there's some places where the queues are very long. There's some places that they have little or no queues, even inside here. It's just very funny how things are going on, you know. But, you know, concerning the protest and all of that, I like what the Inspector General of Police has said. It is now up to the security agencies to ensure that those who would plan to hijack these protests are unsuccessful. That is the thing. Wherever, even if these are agents of whoever they are, the point is that the protesters should be protected. And it would be nice, like I said in the case of Abuja, if they do it in a particular area where they don't disrupt daily activities. You understand? But they should be protected. They have a right to protest. Everyone has that right. And they have a right not to be harassed while protecting peacefully.
We have the Daily Trust newspaper here with us as well. Very similar headlines here. Federal government to promoters, why you should shelve protest. It says here, offers to sell 50 kg of rice at 40,000 naira. Ask students to remain on campus. National Assembly convenes emergency sessions tomorrow. And EFCC begins probe of sponsors. Page 4 has more on that. FEC approves sale of crude oil to Dangote and others in naira. We mentioned that already. Thousands of dollars flown out of Nigeria every hour, says Interpol. Subscribers besiege telecoms offices over barred lines. We discussed that in the kitchen earlier today. And I'm going to touch on the minimum wage bill. It says Tinubu signs minimum wage bill. Page 5 has more on that as well. It was all over the news yesterday when the bill was being signed. And, yeah, it was all we could talk about. Minimum wage was all we could talk about throughout the whole month of June, I believe, right here on the show. And it being finally signed into law means that from here on out, I guess from NYSC up to all federal government levels, they are supposed to now earn 70,000 naira minimum.
Point is purchasing power.
Purchasing
70,000
power,
naira
yeah.
today and 30,000 naira 6 years ago. Can you equate them? That's the thing now. So we ensure it's a lot more than just increasing the minimum wage. We just have to ensure that we keep inflation down, because that is still not up to the cost of a bag of rice.
All right. We have to wrap it up on the headlines in the dailies for this morning. We are, of course, looking out for your comments and contributions on our socials. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tag us WakeUpNigeria TVCE on Instagram with your posts.